Hey guys, I'm Brenda Breland and I'm here to chat all things health, fitness, mindset, and business. I will be sharing how transforming my body allowed me to transform my life and how you can do the same. So grab a cup of coffee or your favorite cocktail. I'm so excited you're here. Let's get unfiltered.
Welcome back to this episode of Unfiltered, and today we are digging into a question that I get asked on a weekly basis. And that question in itself is one that I feel I want to explain as to why, and I want to give you guys some insight as to where I'm coming from on this topic and why I feel like it makes such a big difference in your overall journey and your transformation. That question itself is, can I just order a hormone test? And while I would love to be a one-stop shop for hormone testing, this doesn't really align with my why and why I wanted to create this business. So I want to dig into why I feel that way, why I don't feel like it's beneficial for you guys, and really the long-term goal of what you should be looking for whenever you're doing hormone testing and how it should affect and play a part into your transformation. So number one, whenever I started this journey, I started in the keto space, right? Like that's where I was at. I wanted to help other people learn how to be keto, and I wanted to show them all the things that they needed to know in order to do that, right? Well, the further and further I got into my journey, the more I realized that I didn't want to label myself as keto all the time. I didn't want to put myself into this keto labeled box. And I found that my body was just not responding to that as well. So this is whenever I first said, okay, I need to know what's going on inside my body and I need to know what's going to work for me. And my first step in doing that was taking a hormone test. Okay. I did my hormone test, and this was kind of the first thing that I feel kind of like took me out of that box, right? I was wanting to get out of the keto box, and this is a way that got me out of that box and was like, okay, this is your body. Nothing else is like this. And you have this data, and now you can use this in a way that allows you to find what's going to work best for you long term, right? And while I still eat majority what I call keto, low carb, that hormone test in itself gave me the ability to stop doing what worked for everyone else and realize that my body is the only body like this in the entire world. And I needed to do my job and play my part in making sure that I knew what it needed in order to function optimally, physically and mentally. Okay. So while the hormone test was a starting point of that, now what I need to do is really figure out what types of foods work for me. I need to figure out how to get my cycle back on track. I need to figure out how to get these markers fixed, right? And this is where I started working with nutrition and bioidentical supplementation to get these things fixed. Here's the thing. Okay. While a hormone test, again, I'm going to say this over and over, is a starting point, throughout that journey that I had and that every one of my clients have, there is a point where you have to pivot. There is a point where you have to course correct. There is a point where you have to maybe change complete directions, because again, your body is dynamic. Your body is a machine, and it is the only machine like that. And we cannot know how it's going to react to things until we try them, right? So many people have different things going on inside their lives, from their stress levels to their family, their lifestyle, to maybe they're traveling for their job, whatever it is. All of these things play a huge part in how your body is going to react to a plan or a protocol or whatever it is that you're doing, right? So whenever you get a hormone test, it gives you an answer and it gives you a starting point, but it doesn't help you know how to navigate that throughout the journey. And this is why I tell people when they come to me and they're like, hey, can I order a hormone test? I literally ask them, what good is a hormone test going to do you if you don't know what to do with it? If you don't know how to course correct, if you don't retest, right? These are all the things that we really need to think about whenever we're saying we just want a hormone test. Do you just want a hormone test, or do you really want the answers and the long-term sustainability and control that come along with understanding what that hormone test is telling you and how to navigate that journey to fix what it's telling you and sustain that, right? Because although you have these answers, you don't know how to sustain those. And this is why so many people get in trouble. They go and get hormone tests, or they order tests online or whatever it is. And then they're like, okay, I have estrogen dominance. I'm going to go and I'm going to take this supplement off of Amazon. Right. And what do they find? They find that it doesn't work, or they find that they're going in the opposite direction. Why? Because it's not as easy as a one size fits all protocol, right? And that's what got most of us in the situation that we're in, is that we tried to do these things that were one size fits all. We tried to do these things that worked for everyone else, but didn't even pay attention to what our body was telling us, right? So this is why it's so important for me to be the catalyst and the person that's going to tell you, no, you don't just need a hormone test. You need the support, sustainability, the protocols, the guidance to be able to understand and have control over your body, because that's the end goal. The end goal is to have control over your body, to be able to understand what your body needs and be able to do that in a way that allows you to live your life and your body to function physically and mentally optimally, right? Because again, if we got a hormone test and we don't know what to do with it, and we are still struggling and we're still looking for another answer from something else, what did we gain? We didn't gain anything. We gained an expense. You paid $200 or $300 or more for a hormone test that essentially really didn't help you in the long run, right? So while a lot of people look at my program and they see shiny object like a hormone test, it's much bigger than that, right? It's much bigger than just this box. This box is our starting point. This box is what's going to tell us what direction we need to go. But you and I together through this journey and communication and biofeedback and looking at what your body's telling us, and me listening to what you're telling me, is what's going to get us to our long-term goal. What's going to teach you how to live your life and course correct and pivot and know what works for your body long term, right? A box and hormone test results are not going to tell you that. So while, like I said, I would love to be the person that says, yeah, I want to offer you a hormone test and like send you on your way, I know that I'm not contributing to the part of health and fitness that I want to contribute to. I refuse to be just another stop in your journey while you continue to struggle. I refuse to be a one size fits all container where you feel like you do something for a short period of time and it works, and then you leave and you can't do it again, or it's not sustainable for you, right? I want to be that person and that last stop on your journey where you get the answers that you deserve, where you finally start to see yourself and your body composition again in a way that makes you happy and a way that you recognize, and that when you wake up in the morning, you feel completely in control physically and mentally, and you know what you need to do to maintain that and sustain that. There are no questions. There are no more searching. There are no more any of that crap, right? And while I will continue to take hormone tests all the time, because again, as we age, as we change, as our lifestyle changes, there are so many things that are going to continue to change in your life. But once you do this and you understand what it's telling you, you're able to know what to do with those, and you're able to know how to course correct, and you're able to know when you need to test again or what you need to look for and all of those things. You're not just getting a box and saying, okay, here we go. Like, got my hormone test. Now I'm on looking for the next thing, right? So I want you guys to really think about that. I want you to think about, when you're asking for a hormone test, are you asking for sustainable results and control? Are you just wanting a piece of paper to tell you what's wrong with you, right? Because again, if you don't know what to do with it, if you don't know how to course correct, if you don't know how to implement these things in a way that works for your lifestyle, where are you wanting to end up? Because essentially, if you can't do those things, you're just ending up with a $200 box that doesn't tell you or give you any of the results that you're looking for. So whenever you're thinking about this, I want you guys to, again, ask yourself why you want it. I want you to ask yourself what you're looking for. And I want you to ask yourself, are you willing to commit to the long game of understanding your body and having that full control? Because if you're willing to play the long game, if you're willing to commit to these results and you're willing to put in the time to learning your body, that is when you will have total control. That is when you will look in the mirror and you'll no longer struggle with not recognizing yourself or not feeling like yourself anymore. Okay. So again, it's much bigger than a hormone test, people. It's so much bigger than that. While this is a starting point and a huge benefit to my program and something that I will continue to use forever, it is not going to give you the answers alone. Okay. So think about that. When next time you go and you're looking for answers, are those answers going to get you to your end goal? And remember to look and ask for those things and get the support you need in order to get there. Okay. No more short-term fixes, no more bullshitting around, no more struggling because you don't have the answers. All the things you need are available and ready for you. You just got to take action and you got to remember why you're here. All right. So as always, let's keep it unfiltered. If you guys have any questions, if you guys think that you might need a hormone test and you're not sure, DM me on Instagram. You guys, I'm an open book. I will send you a form that you can fill out that will literally, it's a hormone and metabolic evaluation that will go through everything from your gut to your metabolism to your hormones. And I will be able to tell if we have dysfunction going on there. If we do, then we should most likely test. Okay. So if you're not sure, reach out to me, let me know. As always, let's keep it unfiltered. If you're hearing this message, you've listened to the entire episode, and for that, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope you enjoyed this new episode, and if you did, please leave me a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, and as always, keep it unfiltered.